Carpentry and antiques are my passions. Through the years, I have amassed various collections as well as useful woodworking skills. I have learned that just by keeping your eyes open while earning a living, you can learn a lot. I'm always looking for ways to do things differently and deviate from what's conventional. Join me on a journey of education and entertainment through projects and adventures. My name is Tischler, and welcome to my channel. Hi everyone, and welcome to the Passive House series. These are some pictures of the site before we started building. So this is day one of the near passive build. First thing I have to do is go in and trench all this water into one hole, and then we'll get it pumped out. So the majority of the water is pretty much pumped out of here. It started raining a bit harder, but I don't think we're gonna get this perfectly dry. We'll just have to get it as dry as we can. So now that we've got most of the water taken out of there, we can wait for that to dry up. And we're just making the forms for the spread footings. And to splice the pieces together to get exact length, we just take another piece of 2x8 and put a bunch of duplex nails facing inwards to draw them together, and that'll give us our exact length of form. So this is the start of day two. We're gonna get these forms down in there and roughly set. So this is day three, I guess. It had been so wet, we had to come back and wait for it to dry out, but it's supposed to rain today. So what we're gonna do today is we have a backhoe to come and dig a little more of this out so it's not so tight. So Colin's just doing some last bit of skid steer work, and I marked out a line parallel with the building to indicate where we need to dig out more. So this is day four. We've got the forms for the spread footings basically set in place, and we just have to set the elevation yet. They're just roughly set, but it's been really muddy, so we can't really do a lot of that just yet. We have to let it dry up. But we just have the back one roughly straightened and set, and then we'll square up the rest from the back one and get everything all square. So this is the start of day five, I think. And what we're gonna do today is get all the elevations on our form set. And it's just been so wet here. This first video is gonna be compiled of quite a few days. But we're gonna square this up, set all the elevations, and hopefully pour tomorrow. Okay, so for straightening these forms, we're just using a string line. So I put one nail on each end in the center of the form, hook the string on, and then I'll run it down here. How to tighten this string is I take it with a loop and spin it about 5 times. I find is right. Any more, it just gets too difficult. And then while pulling on this end, also pull on this end of the string. just tighten it up.
When you get a second, if you could set that pump back in that hole,
Okay. And get this nice and tight. As tight as you can get it without breaking it. Which is about there. And then just pull this loose end back parallel to it, and it tightens itself. So now that we have all our elevations set, we take these brackets, and that holds 2 feet inside to inside, and it allows us to run a ribbon across the top and put our vertical pieces of rebar down. And it's arched here, so you can fit a trowel underneath to finish the footing. So now we're putting this ribbon on the top, and basically what you do is just kind of eye up center, and then take a skirt and just toe screw it into there. That's how it goes. So what we've done now is got all the ribbons on top set and the telepost pad set, and we put the poly underneath, so when we do the radon barrier we can tie right into this excess flap. And then over here what we're working on is, because it's a little low here, we just cut some strips of plywood as skirting so the concrete doesn't spill out of the form. So we'll get the rest of those on, and then we just got to do a small alteration back here to the formwork to form up a pad on the outside for the entrance to the crawl space. So I'll check back in once we're doing that. So we're just wrapping up here for the day. We got all that skirting in there so the concrete won't spill out. And then tomorrow morning we're gonna do the pad here, form that up, and get ready for the concrete, cut the rebar, and we'll pour and finish the concrete tomorrow. So the footing is poured, everything went well, we didn't have any blowouts, it all turned out really nicely. So the next step will be setting up the ICF walls, and we'll do that in a couple days. So I think I'll leave it there for part 1. Stay tuned for part 2. I'll get it out whenever I've got enough content filmed to make a video, so thanks for watching.